This puppet was made by a woman on one of my team building workshops. This puppet became a character in an animation film that this woman did together with her colleagues and with the rest of her company. And once this puppet became this character, creativity happened and problem solving happened. Within 20 minutes of such a team building workshop, everybody in the room becomes 6-year-old, no matter what age they have. This is why a puppet film works so well as team building. And this is what I'll be talking about. And in about 15 minutes from now, all of you in here will be 6-year-old, I promise you, you will. Because you get to make a puppet like this one. Now, I've been creative as long as I can remember. I've illustrated children's books. I've made a huge model of a dog for a library. I've made lots and lots of plasticine heads on this film. Chicken Run by Artman. Has anyone seen this? I have, lots of times. And I have also animated this guy, Postman Pat. Do you know him? Yeah? Now my creativity goes into making these team building workshops where companies come in and I teach them how to communicate using plasticine puppet like this one and animation as a creative tool. How does that work, you might ask? Well, I start off by creating a safe space for the people to play and to be creative in. I set up very strict rules for this process. But because the atmosphere is so playful, nobody seems to mind these rules. They don't even notice them. So during a 4-hour workshop, men in suits and women in heels work closely together. They sculpt the puppets, they come up with the story, they make the sets and the props, they animate everything, and they even do the voices for the characters for the soundtrack. They work really intensely together, and there is lots of laughing while they're doing it. The atmosphere is so focused and light at the same time. This way of working offers a different way of developing together, from being very academic, analytical, and intangible to only this part of your brain, to actually move your brain into your hands, start to think creatively, everything becomes tangible. I believe that everybody are creative. You just need to release it or to rediscover it. We've forgotten how to be creative because as adults we just don't get to play anymore. But on my workshops, we do. Time and time again, I experience how people lose themselves in the process, how they give in to their own creativity. This is when they start to play, and this is when they become problem solvers. At this point, employees forget about any resistance or hesitance they might have against this change, this challenge, the reconstruction that the company is undergoing. By coming up with creative ways of solving a problem, the employees become part of the solution to the challenge the company faces, the same challenge that the company hired me to help them overcome. One example of a topic for one of these workshops could be a company's vision. The result from one of these team building workshops would then be the employer's film on how they fulfill this vision. Another topic could be this one, duties at home. This is from a family workshop I did where families work together to show who does what of housework in a family home. I'll show you a film now, 30 seconds long, and I'll leave it up to you to work out who is the most busy doing the work in this family. The film was made by a mom, a dad, and their 2 teenage daughters. They came up with a story, they drew the storyboard, they sculpted the puppets, they made the props and the sets, they animated everything, and they did the voices for the characters, and you were cheated of the last bit. If this was a workshop done by a company as a corporate workshop, this film would show who has the most workload. And it would also show where the barriers would be of an ideal workflow. These would be key findings that were discovered using plasticine and animation as creative tools. Now I'm going to prove my point to you. I'm going to involve you now, because in your backpack you'll have a box like this. If you open this up, if you all find it, we will all make a puppet together. Each one of you will be making a puppet, looking basically like this one. And if you start by, I can hear a lot of boxes opening now. First, you open the box and you take the plasticine out of the foil. In here, you'll have 5 different colors of plasticine. Now, you take out the main color, which is the largest lump of plasticine you got. In this case, mine is blue. You see this? What you do is you start kneading it. You do like this. And you keep the shape. Don't turn it into a ball just yet. I know it's very tempting, but don't do it. There's a point to all this. I start by getting rid of the structure it's got now, so I'm just kneading it like this. And then I press it on both sides to make it like a rectangular shape. You might have to use a bit of muscle here. It's not bad. It'll be your exercise for today. Try and keep this rectangular shape. And even make it taller if you can. I'm pushing it like this so it becomes this kind of shape. Now I can't see any of you. I'm just hoping you're still out there and you are actually following my instructions. What I do next is we're going to do the head first. So I put my thumb and my index finger and I squeeze it so I get a neck and a head. It looks like this. Then we got a head, we got a neck, we got the body. We need 2 arms and 2 legs to make it look like this guy. So what I do is now I'm using a little bit of muscle power now. We're going to do this arm first, and we do it by pushing some plasticine from down here up here. This is an arm, trust me, it is going to be an arm. It might look a bit weird. It actually looked like Postman Pat's profile with the hat and the big nose. Okay, we're going to do the second arm now, whether you like it or not. Pushing plasticine from the bottom down there and doing this. It's time to make some hands at the end of these 2 sticks, because we got hands. I'm going to turn this end of this sort of stick into a ping pong bat, table tennis bat. I do that using my thumb, index finger, and I make it flat, and I do like that. That was easy, wasn't it? I do it again. You now have 2 ping pong bats at the end of 2 sticks. Now this guy has got a head, a neck, he's got a body, and he's got 2 sticks with ping pong bats. We're going to make, he's only got 1 foot or none, so we're going to make 2 legs now. And there's no nice way of doing this. You just need to use some muscle power. Sorry, guys, especially guys. You just need to do this. Now it's a guy with 2 legs, hopefully. A head, a body, sticks with ping pong bats. Now, he has now got a hand looking like this. We don't like that. We're going to do a like. We're going to do a thumb. This is where it gets a bit technical. I'm again using my thumb, my index finger, and I do like that. He's just giving you a like. He really likes you. Gonna do the same thing on this hand. Gonna do like this. 2 likes. Now it's time to make use of the other colors you got, because we need to make eyes with black pupils, and we need to make mouth and hair in different colors. So what you do is that you pick up the white and you stick on eyes like this. You all got white in your kit. So he's now looking like this. But that's a bit scary, so we need to put a pupil in there. And you take a bit of the black and you place it here. You take a bit more black and you do the other eye. He now looks like this. Now, I've got red in my plasticine kit. You might not all have red. You got different colors. The worst thing that can happen with this exercise is that you might actually get talking to the person sitting next to you, stealing some of their color because it's so different from the one you got, and of course you like it much better, what they got. So that's what happens. I've given this guy a mouth now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few buttons on here. 2 buttons. And then I'm going to give him some black hair. Not working with me. This one. Just stick on some black hair. It could be spiky hair, it could be dreadlocks, it could be anything. It's up to you. So now my character looks like this. And you can keep smoothing out as much as you like. I've got a bit of a work hazard. I tend to make it very smooth. So this is what your character looks like now. Can I have a show of puppets, please? Can you hold out your puppet? Now, what you've just done is that you have used your creativity. In 10 minutes, you all became 6-year-olds. You all used your creativity by moving your brain into your hands, and you started to think with your hands. And in case any of you are wondering, yes, you get to keep the puppets. You can take it home. I don't need it. I have lots. Thank you very much.